Hey everyone, Steven from Megasquirt. Sorry it took so long, but we're finally updating our Megasquirt to Mazda5, and we've actually run into an issue. So we're running this in parallel. This is the factory ECU here, and these are the two wires for the crank sensor, okay? So it's ran into the shielded wire. We've got a power wire here, ground here, falling to the ECU. All right, so car here, Megasquirt here. It should be set up, but unfortunately it's not starting. So as you can see, we don't have anything here. We do get a ready here. So I've done a log, composite logger here. This shows the teeth of it. And we're gonna email DIY customer support and see what they have to say about it. So I only have this wired up very basic. I've got the grounds hooked up. The power is just hooked up to constant power, and then the two crank wires. So we do have the settings in the software. Should be pretty correct here. But yeah. So when I disconnect the Megasquirt, the car totally runs. So we know that there's something hardware-wise that's either wiping out the signal. I've tried to flip the wires because it is a VR sensor. VR sensors are two-wire sensors. If you have them wired up backwards, you can wipe out the signal, but I don't think that's the case. What I actually think the problem is that I'm starting to think that this trigger is designed for cam and crank, and that we've only got crank, so it's not happy, is what I'm thinking. But there could also be hardware mods that need to be done. There's going to be you know, usually you have like input and output filters and stuff like that, but theoretically it should just fire right up. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this. And so I told you guys before, I prefer these types of connectors here for temporary wiring. This is not something that we're going to use like full time, but it's great for testing. So just to see this in action here, like earlier I did this off camera, but if you need to adjust this, like for instance, like I said earlier, the VR sensors can only be wired in one way. You can easily flip these wires around. So you just unscrew this top piece here, and the wire comes right out. So this one, as you can see, I didn't have all the way tightened anyways, but so we're gonna just remove that all together, and if all goes well, it should fire right back up. We had a check engine light before anyways. This is for the EVAP sensor. I haven't had a chance to actually dial through it, but as you can see, it starts with the Megasquirt unplugged. So there's bound to be some kind of hardware issue going on here, or it could be even a cam trigger issue here. So we're just gonna remove this all temporarily. We're gonna screw this guy back in though, so we don't lose it. But that's basically it. So I'm gonna email the guys over at DIY. Hopefully they can help. In the meantime though, I already have the MS3X upgrade on the way, just in case. And then we're gonna do a video on how to set that all up for the people in the comments that were asking about it the other day. So, all right. Well,